Welcome everybody. Thank you all for coming out. Before we begin our board meeting, we have a special tonight. We are going to recognize some people for help they gave us and participating in an active shooter training program that two of our police officers, Officer Bob Hayes, who is here with us. Bobby, thank you. And Officer Dean Mayo put together. So I want to thank you all on behalf of the board and behalf of this community, because unfortunately that active shooter training and things like this have become a reality in our world today. And while it's not something that we want to ever deal with, it is something we want to be prepared for. And through all of your efforts and all of the people here who helped with that, training and the wonderful things that training brings, every time we try one of these programs or put together one of these programs, makes us better at what we do. And it's due to your help and due to the efforts that you put in to help make that happen. So I'm just going to read a brief synopsis of the program, if that's okay, and then we'd like to honor everybody. So with that, teaching law enforcement about mass casualty or active shooter events is a very complex task that requires information to be absorbed mentally as well as physically. On the classroom level, officers must understand the ins and outs of past events, motivations, and methods of past shooters, as well as the various weapons used. On the physical level, officers must understand and implement proper tactics. They must also gain the ability to negotiate a variety of interactions with the victims as well as the bad guys. In September of this year, Officer Hayes organized 6 active shooter training sessions for our police officers, 3 at John Lewis Child School and 3 at Floral Park Belrose School. Over 75 actors, Boy Scouts, Floral Park Fire Department personnel, students, and others volunteered 3 to 4 hours per session as role players. When under heavy stress, simple everyday tasks become increasingly difficult to accomplish. However, when skills are practiced under heavy stress, the officer's chances of succeeding are greatly increased. Having these role players allowed the officers the most realistic training setting as possible. It's one thing for instructors to say or pretend there are 15 screaming people in the room. It is another thing to actually have 15 people screaming. The role players brought an element of stress that cannot be duplicated. When the officers perform under these circumstances, the experiences are more easily remembered for future use. Training with role players is very difficult to come by and is more valuable than generally understood. When called upon, these role players did not hesitate to give up their time and work very hard to bring the highest level of training to our police officers. On behalf of a grateful village, we want to say thank you for that. Thank you for the time and effort that you put in for this. And with the greatest hope that we never, ever, ever have to use it. We thank you for all of that you put, the time and effort and the work that you did, and also the hope that you gave to all of our officers and the training that you gave them that they probably would have never seen before. So thank you so much. With that, we have some certificates for everybody. So I'm going to ask the board if they could come down with me, and we would be happy to present these.
Giovanni DiMarco. Dara Moynihan. Michael Clark. John Floral. Joseph Leonardi. Thomas Steck. Lee Mulvaney. Matthew Troy. They're all from
Thank you, guys. And we're going to ask everybody to remain up here, okay, while we have a few more people coming.
Well, for our Take Two actors, Lauren Fox. Mary Hope, Lagos Rivera, Joseph Leary, Zimmerman. I think I called Emma Hansen. Danielle Elliott. Christian Riera. Christy Cockrell. Bill Cockrell. Anne Morelli. Gina Schneider. Anna Craig. And Christian Cockrell.
Yes.
Oh, which group? Boy Scout Troop 482, Robert Craig. Ethan Collin. And Tahiti. Chris Kelleher. James Kelleher. Ronan Boyle. I'm going to say good luck to me on this one, but Joe Zuckel Maglia. Scout Troop 116 from Valley Stream. Enzo Panayuto. Ian Burke. Jordan Martin. Truman Howard. Zachary Fields Schau. Christian Pichardo. Frank Pizzolo. Theo Santos. Peter Santos. Ryan Simpson McKenzie. John Alexia. Debbie Flores. Frank Pichardo. Joey Rodini. Shallow Simpson. Nick Baez. Vincenzo Orlando. And Jordan Franklin. Some other names here. Gil Callen. Jamie Leisner. There's a dog. The dog that ran up here. Tyler Lasky. Anthony Cazzola. And from a Delphi drama, Harley Garrett. Giorgio and Christina Rossi. Is anybody here that name I did not call? I was flipping around pages, I want to make sure. Thank you all very much for listening. We'll be with you in one second.
We have another gentleman, again, I just want to recognize him because he worked very hard to put this all together. And that's our police officer, Bob Hayes. Bob, it's a really great pleasure working with Bob. Bob is a consummate professional, and we are very grateful as our police officers take many of these things on and many of these roles on to help continue their training and the work that they do. So I want to thank Bobby. I want to thank him for everything he does. Bobby, I have a certificate for you. If you want to come this way, and if you can, you can get around. You want to come around back there? Thank you so much. Thank you for everything. All right. Now we'd like to get a picture of everybody because we're going to make sure that you all come back for the next set of training. So we can do that. Okay. All right, so we're going to ask everybody to do is go that way, behind the podium. I also want to take the opportunity to thank all the parents and everybody else who helped make it possible. I know you had to very much of the kids. So thank you so much. Again, let's just years. It's the first year we've had it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have our regular board meeting. You're always more than welcome to stay. I'm not sure if you want to. That's totally up to you. But on behalf of all of us, we just want to say very happy birthday to you and your families. Thank you again. Have a good night. Get home safe. You're working on that? Which one?
Citizenship
Community? Okay. All right, excellent. Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a good one. All right. What are the things that you have to learn for that page?
just have to attend
Attend the meeting? There's no test after this? No? What's that?
Unless you want to test.
I was just going to say, maybe take some good notes. Maybe we will test you on the knee stuff. No, it's great. Keep going, okay? I want to see you here getting your eagle, okay? That's the hope, okay? That's great. All right, with that, Ms. Walsh, will you please move the agenda?
Thank you, Mayor Longobardi. I would ask the board to approve the minutes of November 7th, 2018, which was a regular board meeting.
So moved.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? It is carried.
I would ask the board to approve the schedule of accounts payable consisting of the following. General fund, $850,884.18. Swimming pool fund, $3,459.30. Community development, $0. Capital fund, $115,306, for a grand total of $969,649.48.
I offer that resolution.
I will second.
Any discussion? Ms. Walsh, will you please poll the board?
Trustee Fitzgerald.
Aye.
Trustee Pombana. Trustee Chang.
Aye.
Trustee Chiara.
Aye.
And Mayor Longobardi. I would ask the board to approve the promotion of Public Works employee David Kasek, motor equipment trainee, to the position of motor equipment relief at the contractual salary of $39,395 as he successfully completed his one-year probationary period.
I will offer that resolution. I will second.
Any discussion? Ms. Walsh, will you please poll the board?
Trustee Fitzgerald.
Aye.
Trustee Pombana.
Aye.
Trustee Chang.
Aye.
Trustee Chiara.
Aye.
And Mayor Longobardi.
Aye.
I would ask the board to approve the request of the Hillcrest Civic Association to have a tree lighting ceremony in Colonial Gardens Park on Saturday, December 8th, subject to the receipt of certificate of insurance.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Is carried.
I would ask the board to authorize the mayor to sign the lease agreement between the Village of Floral Park, the Town of Hempstead, and St. Hedwig's Church to hold the senior citizens programs at St. Hedwig's Parish Hall for a term of 1 year, effective January 1st, 2019.
I'll offer that resolution.
Second.
Any discussion? Ms. Walsh, will you please poll the board?
Trustee Fitzgerald.
Aye.
Trustee Pombana. Trustee Chang.
Aye.
Trustee Chiara.
Aye.
And Mayor Longfellow.
Aye.
I would ask the board to approve the transfer of Michael Stevens, recycling worker, to the position of motor equipment operator in the sanitation department at the contractual rate of $48,259.
I'll offer that resolution.
Second.
Any discussion? Ms. Walsh, will you please poll the board?
Trustee Fitzgerald.
Aye.
Trustee Pombana.
Aye.
Trustee Chang.
Aye.
Trustee Chiara.
Aye.
And Mayor Longfellow. That was the one.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, with that, we will go to trustee reports and board reports. I'll start with Deputy Mayor Kevin Show.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just a couple of quick things. The Locust Avenue project is now complete, except for a few punch list items, and I'd like to take this time to thank Superintendent Zawinski and Deputy Superintendent Kevin Denning for all their hard work over the summer in getting that project complete. We're also going to pilot LED lights in the village. We have 6. They'll be going up around the Atlantic Pansy area and along with around the JLC area. Some of the benefits are, I think, first and foremost, safety. Those who have driven where there are LED lights, you will notice there's a big difference while driving. Also, there is a cost benefit along with the less likely, or least likely chance of having to replace them. And we do get a constant number of street lights out that need to be replaced almost on a daily basis. And then lastly, with regards to Belmont Park and redevelopment there is nothing new on that front, but I would like to remind all the residents that there is a lot of information on the village website, and I still encourage everyone to read our submission and to become aware of a lot of the issues that are going to be forthcoming when and if that project is put forth, which we're expecting something in the next month or in the beginning of the year. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, sir, very much. Dr. Kumar.
Thank you. For the fire department, I'd like to begin by commending the Floral Park Fire Department for once again taking a strong leadership role in the Nassau County Firefighters Operation Wounded Warrior NCFF OWW program and delivering holiday gifts to those injured men and women in the United States Armed Forces who have courageously served our country. Beginning December 5th, ex-Chief Joseph O'Grady will be leading caravans of trucks to military installations, including Fort Sprague and Belvoir, Camp Lejeune, and Walter Reed National Military Medical Center. These trucks will be carrying precious donated gifts for our wounded warriors and their families, including permanent gift cards, new clothing items, new toys, baby care items, and other tokens of appreciation. Please check red, white, and blue NCFF or WW flyer on the village website for the list of items that may be donated and the November and early December collection dates when donations may be dropped at our fire department headquarters on Vernon Street. Thanks go to ex-Chief O'Grady, Hook and Ladder Lieutenant Patricia Luger, the rescue company member Will Willie for their organizational work, NCFF OWW, the Floral Park and other fire departments, and all the hundreds of community members and businesses who make this important mission such an extraordinary success. NCFF OWW began in 2004 and now includes approximately 40 of the 71 fire departments in Nassau County, a true labor of love. And for the Beaufort Avenue Chamber of Commerce, I'd like to remind everyone to shop local on Small Business Saturday, 2 days after Thanksgiving on November 24th. Covert parking meters have been waived for the day by the villages of Floral Park and Stewart Manor in appreciation of our local businesses and shoppers. All are also invited to usher in the holiday season at the Covert Chamber tree lighting on Saturday afternoon, December 1st. Enjoy the Salonica High School Band, horse and buggy rides, hot chocolate, soup, cookies, candy canes, wreaths, and Santa, all provided by our Covert Chamber businesses. This special holiday event will culminate with a bright and sparkling tree lighting ceremony. And I'd like to thank you all for making our village so unique and special. We are indeed blessed. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
On the library, there will be a full tax form with Donald Clayton, the receiver of taxes for the town of Hempstead, on Monday, November 26th at 7 p.m. Hopefully, we'll get some explanation as to the new assessment values being sent out to all individuals. We've been told that letters will go out on or about the week of December 1st, showing what that translates into as far as taxation. We shall see. On the police department, I'm sure everybody has noticed the traffic jams that are occurring at Tyson and, Tulip and Atlantic underneath the railroad. And we call that area a block the box area. We don't have legislation because we don't have control over Tulip Avenue to actually mark it as a block. Don't block the box like you see in the city. But we do have the right to enforce the laws of obstructing an intersection, which the police department is now taking an active role in doing. I've also alerted them to the fact that Plainfield and Elizabeth and the streets along there, King Street, they also should be looked at because the traffic light at Elizabeth and Plainfield, which I was watching today as I sat through 3 changes of lights and couldn't get out of Elizabeth Street, they need to be enforced. People just are driving through. So now that this is on video, I hope that our residents at least know at least a dozen tickets were issued in the last week in this area here on Tyson. I'm sorry, Tulip, keep saying Tyson, because I have Tyson on the brain. But on Tulip, and our residents should know, don't drive through that light just because you're trying to get to the next spot. Our police department also has been utilizing the truck inspections. We have a dedicated team that does truck inspections now. They have the equipment, they have the training. Year to date, they've issued 644 summonses for trucks that do not pass an in-depth inspection done by our police department, from lights to weights to emissions to leakage to tire treads to you name it. 22 tows or towing trucks have been towed by our department that we deem, or the police department deems to be unsafe to be on the roads. In the last month, 48 summonses were issued for that, and 3 of those trucks were towed. That increased enforcement, we are also looking at in reference to the whole third track construction plan. We've been having a slight problem with workers parking over in the South Tyson area, and the railroad is pointing at the contractor, and the contractor is pointing at the railroad. I don't know who's to blame right now, but our police department and our meter people are issuing summonses for vehicles not putting money into meters. They think a placard and their orange vest is sufficient to break over their steering wheel, and that's not going to work. So our tickets are being issued. I've asked also for a list of license plate numbers, so I can go back to the contractors and say, these are your guys, and you are not complying with our memorandum of understanding. And we have to give them a report card, and at some point, they're going to either get good grades or bad grades, and that's going to be part of what we're looking at. We have been informed that Covert Avenue underpass, the grade crossing will start this winter. This winter, it deemed to be, but winter is December through February. At such time, we're going to speak to the Village of New Hyde Park to determine what we can do, and we're going to watch the traffic patterns as they arise. The elevators at our station will commence spring of 2019, and Plainfield Avenue Bridge will start in the fall of 2019.
Great. If I could just piggyback on one aspect of Trustee Chang's report. The village has petitioned Nassau County in regard to formally declaring the block the boxes at various locations on Plainfield and on Tulip Avenue in order that people will be notified that they cannot be there as they approach those. We have not gotten a formal response back from them yet, but we are working together. The Commissioner of Public Works for the county I have spoken to, and our county legislators, Vinnie Muscarello and Regina Colello, have also sent a letter on our behalf to get those, to get the boxes formally designated in those areas. That will hopefully help us as we move forward with various things. So I want to thank Trustee Chang, who's been working day and night, believe it or not, on these problems associated with the third track, among others.
I can only be deputized to actually issue parking tickets that would help because I'm up there too much.
I don't know, we will have a discussion with that. With that, I will move to Trustee Chiara.
Yes, thanks, Dave. The last day for Centennial Gardens for this season will be this Sunday, 11/25. It will be open back again in April of 2019. As of today, we only have 200 days left until the pool reopens. We're all looking forward to that. Tiny Town project is progressing well. Hopeful grand opening sometime mid-December. This weekend we had 2 really nice events up at the Rec Center. Bill McQuaid's name was placed on Memorial Wall. Family and friends all came to honor Bill for his volunteerism. His 2 sons paid their dad tribute for being such a great family man, a father, and for his passion for volunteering with the various sports groups in our community. Thanks to Bill and his family for all they contributed to our village. The second event was sponsored by the Special Education PTA, the Andrew Burroughs Best Buddies Foundation, and the Titans. It was a turkey bowl for children with special needs. Fran Piscotrovich and Al Capelli organized a great day, supported by family and volunteers for these children. Santa was picked up at the North Pole by the Nassau County Aviation Unit, along with the assistance of our own Floral Park Police Department, and flown into the Rec Center. It was really special to watch the smiles on these children's faces meeting with Santa. Thank you to SEPTA, the Burroughs Foundation, and the Titans for all that you did putting this event together. On behalf of my family and myself, I'd like to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy. Don't eat too much.
Okay, for my brief report, I just want to first, we had a brief snowstorm this week, which totally unexpected to get the few inches that we got. But I just want to thank Public Works for their efforts. Kevin and Steve, I know you had everybody out there, and it was quick to put on the sanders and get that moving and get things done. So I want to thank you for that. Again, all indications were we were only getting it dusting, and yeah, you know, like I said, if we could predict the weather, we all be rich. So unfortunately we can't. So I thank you for being prepared and ready for that. I just want tomorrow night, if anybody has time, this is a wonderful service. The Thanksgiving Eve ecumenical service being held this year is being held at St. Elizabeth's Church. This is all the churches in town get together on the eve of Thanksgiving and have a service. And it's really, I've attended it a couple of times. It's really a very, very nice service. So if you have time tomorrow night at 7:30, please try and get there. I'd also invite you on November 30th, a week from this coming Friday, to the village's tree lighting. Again, the Women's Club, as well as the St. Our Lady of Victory, and of course the Chamber of Commerce Winter Festival will be happening right in the square and along Tulip Avenue. So I invite you all to please come and join us for that. It should be, as we kick off the holidays, it should be a great time. Felix, thank you again for being here with Just the Facts Media. As Archie said, you know, he's got all his things online there, and we appreciate that. But I just, on behalf of myself and the board, I just want to say thank you to our entire village staff. You know, this is the time of year we say thank you for a lot of things as we remember Thanksgiving. But our village staff works tirelessly day in and day out. And so do many of our volunteers and the volunteer committees we have. The Village of Floral Park wouldn't run without them. And I just wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you for everything that you do all year long, for making this a great place for our residents, and for working tirelessly, sometimes way into the night, to make things happen. So thank you all very, very much for that. And on behalf of my family, again, I wish everybody just a very, very happy Thanksgiving. And contrary to Frank, eat all you want. It's the one thing you can. And enjoy yourself as much as you possibly can, because I plan on eating everything these days. With that, okay, guys, it's time for a report. Tell us what you took in.
They have to address the board. Like they have to address all of you before they state something that's seen issue. It goes very
Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for everything. With that, I'm going to ask for a motion to adjourn. There is another part to this meeting. Okay, we open it up to the floor in case any residents have any issues. Okay? So after we get done with what we have to do, then we open it up to our residents. Okay? So with that, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
It is carried. All right, with that, we will open it up to the floor for our residents. If anybody has any questions or issues they'd like to bring to us. That's it. Again, thank you all very, very much. Very happy Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Gentlemen, have a great Thanksgiving. Like I said, gotta go for that Eagle Scout.